You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
How'd practice go? What optimism do you see from your group trying to run the ball better?
Well, we're working hard. That's all I can tell you. We'll have to go play the game to see if we're making any strides there. But the kids are working hard.
Along similar lines, you mentioned after the game you wanted to see a sense of urgency. Is there
There's
evidence of that?
There's a sense of urgency. They give us that. We got a young squad that's growing by leaps and bounds. You got to go play the game to see if we made any strides. It's fine in practice, but they're focused. They're working hard.
What's your message to your young quarterback in his home debut?
Same as it was last week. You played a lot of football, one play at a time. Just keep learning and building. And, that message to him isn't any different to the rest of the guys. I mean, the O-line, we got one or two guys that have played in there a little bit. And, that's the same message we give those guys. Same message that we give any of our new receivers, DBs, all those things. It's not everybody wants to talk about that guy, and rightly so, but it's the same message to everybody.
How has Jake responded this week? Obviously, he was
I-
fired up after the game.
I wouldn't know if we played a game or we didn't. That's just how he is. He's always the same. And I think that's one of the things that we like about him. He's very much about ball, very much about trying to get better. He does a great job with that. You wouldn't know. Everybody wants to make a big deal of the youth, and I think there's something to it just because he hasn't seen a ton of live reps, but you wouldn't know by his preparation.
Do you get a sense or a feel for anything different, Chris, now that he is kind of the starter and everyone knows it and he can get those reps and do all that kind of stuff?
That's a good question. I don't really feel that. I kind of feel like it's been business as usual. I think the other quarterbacks have been great. I think they're preparing, like they're the guys as well. And it kind of seems, that's one thing I do kind of like it. It just kind of seems like how it has been. So it's not like, some earth-shattering announcement. It's just like, hey, everybody's trying to take care of themselves rather than thinking, okay, our quarterback, he's got to make all the plays. We know our quarterback will make plays. If everybody else gives him some time to throw the ball and the receivers run the proper routes and depths and those type of things.
What kind of a team is this Sacramento State squad coming in?
Well, I think you look around the country, and I think the one thing that jumps out is everybody's got good coaches. With the one thing that internet and the technology that we live in, that type of world, everybody just has such good access. And so I think coaches are studying year round. It doesn't matter what level you are. And so everybody's got pretty good coaches. I think that's the first thing. The second thing is I think that there's a lot of good football players out there. And, so they have some very good talent. And then it's about playing as a team. Then who can play the best as a team? And that's where we need to get. We need to play as a team and get some things going. And so I have no doubt. I know what Sac State's going to bring. They're going to bring tremendous focus, energy, effort. They're going to play well. They're going to play inspired. You can see it, what's gone on the first week or so. So, it's really clear what they're going to bring. What we need to do is we need to match all that.
To reinforce that, was it good that Portland State had success against Wazoo then, just to drum home that for your team?
I think we learn from everything, but it's every year. You just look at us last year playing. We had our hands full with,
Eastern.
a team out of their same conference. And they have these aren't. This isn't lip service. They have good coaches. They have good players. They have good teams. They really do. And so again, I go back. It's never about the opponent. It's about us. It's just playing to the highest level that we're capable of playing. It really doesn't. I know sometimes that's a hard concept for everybody to get, but that's how we try to look at it.
Given the struggles in the run game against Boise, would you say it's going to be an early emphasis Saturday to establish the run?
I think it's going to be whatever we can do to move the ball. We didn't throw the ball very well. We didn't run the ball very well. So it's whatever we can do to score points.
Going back to even to last year, a couple of games, the bowl game specifically last week, the slow starts have been a trending issue for you guys. Are there ways you can address that? You feel better about that? Or?
No, last year's team's completely different. And the comparisons you might make is we had a month off. We had 8 months off. And so it takes a while to get into a rhythm. The other thing is Boise has something to do with that. That's a good football team. I think you got to go play real reps, and hopefully we do start faster. But, I think it's completely different than last year.
You practice in the morning, so an 11 o'clock kick at home should not